Well, good morning. One of my favorite stories in the Bible is when Jesus was 12 years old. Right? There's this great story found in Luke chapter 2, verses 39 through 49. Before I read the text, let me tell you two things. First of all, there were 3 times a year that every Jewish family had to make their way up into Jerusalem: Passover, Pentecost, and the Feast of Tabernacles. So that is the situation here. The second thing I want you to know is that families traveled in caravans. It wasn't just me and my family and my little automobile. No, they had all these, they traveled together in the extended family. So the cousins would hang out together as they traveled along. So what it means is your child may not always be exactly with you all the time. So it says, now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at Feast of Passover. And when he became 12, they came up there according to the custom of the feast. As they were returning after spending the full number of days, the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem, but his parents were unaware of it, but supposed he was in the caravan, and went a day's journey and began looking for him after their relatives and acquaintances. When they did not find him, they returned to Jerusalem looking for him. And then after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the teachers, both listening to them and asking them questions. So it was common at these feast days for all the rabbis and the high scholars to come, and they would sit on the steps of the Nicanor gate, and all the people would come and ask them questions. Interesting, Jesus now comes, and he was asking, listening to them and asking them questions. And after all who heard him were amazed at his understanding and his answers. And when they saw him, they were astonished. And his mother said, "Son, why have you been treated us this way? Behold, your father and I have been anxiously looking for you all over the place." And he said to them, "Why is it that you are looking for me? Did you not know I was to be about my Father's business?" What I loved about Jesus from the time you see him in public life, at 12 years old, through his entire public ministry, he was always doing one thing: pleasing the Father, being about the Father's business. I want you to know today that that is your job and my job. We are ambassadors for Christ, and we are here to be salt and light to our world, and to do the will of the Father, to do the Father's business. So today, I pray for you. You have a phenomenal day as you go about the Father's business.